Hey everybody, Flip with Kelly coming at you here tonight. How's everybody? What are we at? December 30th here, 2025. Oh my gosh. Like it's getting right to the end of the year. What we got? Another day left or something? And then we're on to the 2026, which I hear is going to be a very fast year, very interesting year. Anyways, so I talked to you today thinking back about some of our earlier deals and how I kind of got started into wholesaling real estate. One of the very first deals that I tried to do was on my own residence here, and we've lived here for, 10 years or so now. But originally I had intended on wholesaling it back when I knew very little about wholesaling. And we put up a bunch of bandit signs, and so this area is kind of a really good wholesale area, but this house here was actually got by a bandit sign we placed on the other end of town, which is south side of town, which is where there's a lot of newer buildings, Red Robin, the mall, all this stuff. And but just goes to show you that just because you put a bandit sign on this end of town where the places aren't maybe so good to wholesale or as good as another spot, because this guy's mom happened to be driving by, so like it wasn't her house, but she knew that her son was looking to sell his house, so she took the number off the bandit sign, our number, and gave it to him, and then he called us. So if you are putting out bandit signs, don't necessarily think you've got to place them on a certain side of town. These leads can come from anywhere. It could be somebody that knows somebody's mom. And so I was just kind of thinking back about, some of our earlier deals. And for a long time, I was wondering, where should I wholesale? Because you can literally nowadays wholesale anywhere, like in the United States, if you want, like where I'm from. And I still kind of wonder that a little bit. Like I've heard good things about Texas and Ohio and different states. There's many different states out there that you can wholesale, but I really did struggle with that for a long time. Like, where's the best area? And eventually, because when I was younger, I had rentals. I flipped an REO when I was younger, real estate owned property. Just did a bunch of different things, burst strategy. But with this wholesaling, and this doesn't work for everybody, but we just ended up wholesaling in my backyard. And being that I'm from Wisconsin, I just branched out from there, and now we market to the whole state of Wisconsin is how we do it. And eventually I do want to get to marketing to some of these other states, but there are advantages to wholesaling in your area that you're from, or like me, I branched out with the state, because some of the advantages are that you kind of know your area. Like for me, I know I know this town, I know that town, like played in the band, DJing, did all these different occupations, so you just kind of know the area. And the more you do it, the more real estate wholesaling, the more you learn about these different areas. So you kind of know, okay, well, this here is potentially a good area. Like for instance, if you live in a kind of a hot city like where I'm at, then you can go with a radius around that city. And some of the stuff you can learn from your cash buyers, like we'll buy anything an hour, hour and a half or so out from a radius of this area, or where the cash buyer lives, which a lot of times they'll live in the same city as you or the next city over. And then other good things about not doing it virtually, which you can do it virtually too. You just got to do more deals. You got to make more phone calls, do more marketing to get a deal. And a lot of times your deals, you won't make as much as on an assignment fee virtually. Not always, but if you're going to be JVing and splitting up deals, then the pie gets smaller, right? So if you do deals locally or within driving distance, now when I say driving distance, it comes down to how far do you want to drive. Depending on how good the deal is or the potential of the deal, you could drive an hour. You could drive 2 hours. You could drive, I'll put an outside limit, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. It's totally up to you. But, when you drive to a seller's property to look at it, to do a walkthrough, there's something that can give you an advantage. The potential to get a deal becomes much greater if you can get belly to belly with that seller and they meet you in person. It's just a little bit different than doing it all over the phone. Now, we've done deals strictly 100% over the phone, calling, texting, emailing. But we've also gotten some really good deals. Most of our deals have come from, and the good ones have come from going to the seller's place, doing a walkthrough, meeting them, being in person, because face-to-face, they don't have to be all Zoom calls. That might be another way to go if you just can't be there in person for some reason. But yeah, there's many advantages. Now, when I say not everybody can do deals locally, maybe you live in an area where the prices are just too high and wholesaling ain't going to work for you, or maybe you don't have a large enough population to have enough cash buyers. So there can be different factors. But yeah, so just something to consider if you are thinking, oh well, I want to do wholesaling virtually. You might have to, depending on where you live. However, if you live in an area where you've got enough population in that city or county, or zip code or area, or that side of town, and the prices ain't crazy high, you might want to just start local, because you can go meet with that seller. Maybe you know that area or that surrounding counties, and being local, you're just gonna probably know stuff, not about every single city and town and like your state that you live in, but there are going to be like, oh, well, this area here has got a lot of jobs because it's a industrial area, or there's like a prison there, or something that employs a lot of people. And this is part of the process of getting dialed in to like your marketing and best bang for the buck type of stuff. So anyways, yeah, I just thought I would do a quick little shout out here and let you all know that my take on if you can go local, and if you can't, don't worry about it, because you can still do it virtually. If I lived in an area that just was not wholesale friendly, I'd have no problem doing it virtually. We've done deals virtual too. I've got partners that live you know, in the same state even, but just really far away. And I could make that drive. I could make that 3-4 hour drive. And, you know, maybe I will here. Just kind of depends. But, you know, if you want to bring a partner in and have somebody to deal with the dispo end of it more and go meet with the seller, and you don't want to make 4 or 5 hour drives, you can also, you know, find boots on the ground if you don't want to split it in half or whatever percentage with a partner. Many different ways to slice the pie. So anyways, if you guys want to share, like, and subscribe, I'll keep more videos like this coming at you. This is Kelly, Flip with Kelly.